Hi.
Whoa.
Hi.
Whoa.
Hi.
Whoa. Whoa.
You're so cute. I love you. Hi. Yeah. Oh, Daddy's so funny. Come here.
There's a good update for you. She's starting to laugh.
Hi guys, I'm 3 months old and it's been so fun being a part of the Null family. I just love mommy and daddy so much. So here's my 3-month update. Okay, enjoy.
Oh, what?
Here, take your dad.
Oh, now I gotta take her back?
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna hold her for the 3-month
Do
update.
you want me to? Okay.
Go see mommy.
Come here, sweetie pie. I love you. Alrighty guys, welcome to the 3-month update video. Oh, she found my finger. Is it yummy? Cannot believe that we've had this go for 3 months already. It feels like a year, and it also feels like yesterday. So, oh, how's that? She's
Oh, what up, girl?
sucking on stuff, clearly.
What up? As you can see, she was laughing.
Yeah,
Hi.
she's starting to laugh, which is literally my favorite thing ever.
It's okay.
Oh.
Do you want this?
Oh, Passy. This is our first postpartum update. I'm sorry, but life's just been so crazy. Yeah, that we haven't been able to do. We haven't. That's it. Sorry. And so, this is it. She's doing great. Look, it's fine. She's healthy. So in the beginning, she slept a little bit, but not a lot. The Lord gifted us with a child who does not like to sleep. And so, oh, good burping. And so, I was under the impression, I would say this was like,
Keep going.
I would say this is one of the, where I needed to adjust my expectations as a new mom, or as a pregnant woman gonna be a mom. I just thought baby slept during the day. Like, I literally,
Sleep like a baby. That person never had a baby, am I right?
I tweeted that out this morning. That was like the one thing that I wasn't prepared for. I thought, I even went and bought like some scrapbooking stuff. I was like, I'm gonna have so much time in the day. I don't know what I was thinking. She like,
Passy, please. Quiet down. Quiet, quiet, quiet. We're making a video. Oops.
she just doesn't sleep very much, and I did not know that. She was doing like the whole cluster feeding where she was eating like every hour at the beginning, and that was so hard, like my boobs couldn't handle it. She was just not eating enough to actually sleep well, and so there's like that whole thing that ends up sorting itself out eventually. We had to withhold food from her one time, and then it kind of fixes itself because then she gets more hungry, she'll eat for a longer time, and then she'll actually sleep. So that went pretty well. Hi, sweetie. Hi. Yeah, hi.
She's basically always fussy, as you can see. Hey, hey, hey! Okay, wow, first of all.
Welcome to our life. We're back. That little hand is so cute.
She's crazy, basically. She eats all the time, not all the time. But if she doesn't eat, there's no like run up of fussiness. It's just like, I'm gonna just start screaming my head off.
But yeah, these days, so she's 3 months tomorrow, and these days she gets up twice in the middle of the night. So she'll go down around between 8 and 9:30, and then she'll get up at like 2:30, and then she'll get up again at, I guess it's only once now then.
Yeah, she goes all the way to like 6 after that, right?
So she'll get up then between 5 and 6:30, and that, whenever that is, she's up for the day. So like, I know if she wakes up at like 5:01.
Occasionally you'll get lucky and she'll go back down for another hour or hour and a half, but that's only happened a couple of times.
Yeah, so typically, I guess it's only once a night now. It just feels like it's twice because the second one is
Yeah,
at
might
like
as well
5 a.m.
be. Yeah.
But that's when she's up. So like I was saying, like if she gets up at 5:01, I know that that's when my day is starting, which has been hard only because I just feel like I've constantly been tired. Because you think like near the end of your pregnancy, I feel like for me, for the last like 4 months of the pregnancy, I couldn't sleep. And then you have the baby and you're tired, and then you're tired because you have a baby, and so it's just like, how long is that of just getting crappy sleep? So you just kind of constantly feel tired. But I mean, that's to be expected. You know, having a baby is exhausting, so it's fine. It's just getting used to it a little bit. So that's kind of her schedule now. And then she always goes down between 2 and 3 hours after she wakes up. She'll have another nap for almost, it's literally an hour, like to the minute almost every time. And then throughout the day, honestly guys, she'll do like between 1.5 and 3 hours of napping all day. That's it. From the time she wakes up at 5 or 6 a.m. until she goes to bed. That's been the trend. However, I have noticed that this past week, she's been taking an evening afternoon nap. That one time this week was 2 hours, the other time was 3. So if that continues, that would be great. But even when she does, like if she did a 3 hour, then she'll do that 1 hour in the morning and that's it. So it's still only 4 hours of sleeping throughout the day, which I always thought babies did a little bit more than that, and maybe it's just our baby, I'm not sure. That's been also really just kind of exhausting when you don't get a break during the daytime, but then the trade-off is that she does a little bit better at night, and so I'm only waking up 1 or 2 times now. So yeah. The other thing that if you watch our regular vlogs, you've seen us talk about is that she has colic. It started like literally the weekend of Grayson's birthday, I feel like, when we moved into our new place.
We welcomed our new neighbors.
Yeah, we introduced our new neighbors to the screaming child.
Sorry.
And so I do feel like though, this past week, maybe it's because she was sleeping more, I don't know. It hasn't been as bad. It hasn't been every single night. It's been a little more sporadic, which praise Jesus.
Yeah, and even then it's like been a lot more manageable.
Yeah.
Like she hasn't had a fit like she had like a couple weeks ago. I think those were bad.
No, it's only been like a week of decent. I think it just feels like so much because it was so hard.
Maybe.
It's only
I
been
don't
a
know.
week. But anyway, I
well,
do
no, that's
feel
what I'm saying. Like a couple weeks ago, like in the thick of it.
Yeah.
It was real bad. It was like crazy.
Yeah. I do feel like it's getting better. We both do, right?
Yeah, I think so.
So we think it's getting a little better. Hopefully it stays that way. And thankfully it was only like a short amount of time, like a month, if it is going away. But that was just, it was so hard, guys.
It sucks.
Exhausting physically, obviously, but just emotionally exhausting because she'd be screaming her head off. There's literally nothing you can do to console her. Can't feed her, pick her up, rock her, swing her. Nothing was working at all. It was emotionally draining. I cried, she cried. So that was really hard. But again, she's doing much better. She's eating well. I don't know if I've mentioned this, but I am just a milk making machine. We bought an extra freezer just to take care of the milk, which randomly, all of a sudden, she's not really taking a bottle very well, so it's really frustrating because I'm like, girl, you have a lot of milk to go through, so you better keep drinking.
Figure that out, because you're gonna drink it.
Yeah, exactly. Probably end up donating some of it because we have so much, but at this point, I'm only pumping once before bed for sure, and then typically either one other time of the day or that's it. So 1 or 2 times a day.
That's true, you don't really pump a ton anymore.
Goodness, in the beginning I was pumping like 4 or 5 times a day. It was awful. And so yeah, everything was going really well. One of the things that we found most difficult with the newborn was our relationship, I would say.
I don't know this part of it.
Yeah, I just want to mean that. That'd be kind of good.
This is part of it.
And it's just really hard with a new baby. And it's common, and I would probably venture to say that everyone has this issue with their first baby. It's just like,
yeah, probably.
For December, he was home with me like the entire time, but I missed him at the end of the day because your entire day is spent bouncing and feeding and changing and trying to comfort a new baby, and like we didn't spend any quality time together. It was all for her, which is fine, and we were figuring it out. But then even a little bit later, I feel like we had to have a very intentional discussion about our relationship and things that we needed to change and figure out how to make it better as far as we go, because there's times when it's just hard and he gets frustrated at her and I get frustrated at her and then we get frustrated at each other, and it was just really hard. And I would say that was one of the things that was most difficult about having a newborn. Do you think? Do you want to give any of your thoughts on that?
It's all so new. You can read a million books and you can do all kinds of stuff, but there's nothing really that will completely and fully prepare you for. It's a very humbling experience because if you didn't already realize it, nothing is about you anymore. And you really have to approach that situation the right way, or else you're going to be grumpy. And I don't think that's really what happened with us, but I think that's just like in a general thing. I think with us, it was more of like having to learn how to spend time together when there's somebody always at your house. There's like another person now always with you, right? Like learning how to be intentional with each other, like Elisa, and like learning how to spend quality time, because you'll spend all day together, but you might just be sitting there watching a show or taking care of her, and you actually aren't spending quality time, but it feels like you did because you saw each other all day. So you don't really think about being intentional with that kind of stuff. So
yeah, and that's the thing
things
too.
just sort of like slip through the cracks, and you just sort of get into this coasting routine where you're not actually making an effort in serving your spouse.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. I feel like when he went back to work, he'd work, come home, help me take care of her till she went to bed. And at that point, by the time she goes to bed, it's between 8 and 9, and he's exhausted, I'm exhausted. All we really want to do is just watch a show and chill. But then you wake up the next morning and realize that you haven't had a good conversation or talked about anything else except for her, which we love talking about, obviously, but it's again just being intentional with your time, which sometimes honestly you don't want to do. You want to watch a show and you want to chill, but asking questions and just so as far as Scarlett goes, she's starting to laugh at us a little bit, which has been so fun. Literally all of our vlogs and all of our lives are spent just trying to do anything ridiculous to make her laugh, which is actually really fun.
Hilarious.
She's discovered her hands, and they're always just jammed inside her mouth, like they make her gag all the time. She's starting to notice her feet a little bit, like she'll sit there and just kind of like watch them kick around and like,
funny.
Oh, those are connected to my body, which is really cute.
She has such a puzzled look on her face.
Yeah, she does. She's really been drooling, which makes it like
She's
like found out she has a tongue too, so she'll like drool everywhere. So when she was born, she was 8 pounds. At our last appointment, which was the 2-month appointment, she was 10.4. So we're guessing by now she's at least 11. I feel like she gets heavier every day, or maybe I'm just getting weaker and more tired every day. But yeah, she's doing really great. She needs to be held constantly and hates being just left there, which everyone always talks about spoiling your child. You're gonna spoil the child. Can't do that yet. They can't make that connection yet until about 4 months, apparently, is what people say. So we're not spoiling our child by picking her up when she's crying. And yeah, you can let them cry it out, but again, until around 4 months, they don't even connect. That crying makes them get picked up anyway. And so we're not spoiling her.
She's almost rolling over.
Yeah, she's really close to rolling over. When you put her on her back, she'll like stick, her head's fully turned, like her head's backwards basically.
She looks like an owl.
Yeah, her head's like around all the way. She has to get her little butt over there. But yeah, that's everything I think that we wanted to talk about. Hopefully we can do a few more of these a little more consistently. We will be doing a nursery tour once it's done. We just need probably a few more weeks to figure that out. But yeah, she's doing great. We are hanging in there. We are just always exhausted, but it's good. And it's so fun being mommy and daddy. We love this little girl so much, and we thank you guys for watching and following along with our crazy monster child that we love so much. Yeah, she's a little monster sometimes. I think she's part like monster.
Like Mike Wazowski?
Yeah, she's a little Mike Wazowski, with 2 X. But yeah, thanks again guys, and we'll see you next time.